But we want to tell you about Sarah Palin, the governor of Alaska, who put down her fishing pole and decided to break her silence. Talking with GMA weekend anchor Kate Snow in Alaska about her stunning decision to resign and why she did it. Kate?
Good morning, Diane. Well, Sarah Palin told me that she didn't think her decision to leave the office of the governorship would be such a darn big deal, but she can understand that people are still a little confused about why she made that decision, so she took us out fishing to try to explain her point of view. It was all a bit surreal. Alaska's feisty governor in a white t-shirt and overall waders in what may end up being her last photo op in office. She hadn't said a word publicly since Friday. Now she was inviting us out to Kanakanak Beach in Dillingham, more than 300 miles from her home in Wasilla, to ride with her on a boat her husband Todd built 20 years ago with a buddy through the waters of Bristol Bay and watch her pluck salmon from the family fishing nets.
You have some fish guts on you.
We do, and this is relatively clean, though.
It was just last Friday she stunned the political world by announcing she would resign as governor, 18 months before her term is up.
People are confused why you're doing this.
You know why they're confused? I guess they cannot take something nowadays at face value. Conditions have really changed in Alaska in the political arena since August 29th, since I was tapped to run for VP. When that opposition research those researchers bombarded Alaska and started digging for dirt and have not let up. They're not going to find any dirt. We keep proving that every time we win an ethics violation or a lawsuit, and we won every one of them. But it has been costing our state millions of dollars. It's cost Todd and me. You know, the adversaries would love to see us put on a path of personal bankruptcy so we couldn't afford to run.
Why not just stick with it? I mean, a lot of governors
politics as usual.
I mean, a lot of governors face hardship.
You don't just embrace the status quo of politics as usual, going, you know, I'm going to just muster through a lame duck session. Sure, we won't get anything done, but kind of milk it. This is what most politicians do, I guarantee you. I don't need a title to be the one to usher in what it is that needs to be done in our state and in our country.
Are you running for president in 2012?
Don't know what the future holds. I'm not going to shut any door that who knows what doors open. Can't predict what the next fish run's going to look like down on the Nishigak, so I certainly can't predict what's going to happen in a couple of years.
Salmon fishing is a family affair for the Palins. Piper was on hand to help, and little Trig, who Palin told me is just getting ready to walk, stayed back on shore. Palin says the family hasn't discussed moving away from Alaska, but when they talked about whether she ought to leave office, it was her son Track, who's serving in Iraq, who voted hell yeah.
Are you happy?
I'm extremely happy. I know this is the right thing for Alaska.
Is it possible, Governor, that this could be the end of your political career?
I said before I stood in front of the mic the other day, you know, politically speaking, if I die, I die. So be it.
I asked her if she would consider being a TV talk show host, Diane, and she said she hasn't considered that option, at least not yet.
Sure, a lot of rumors about that. She emphasized the money that it has cost her, Kate. I don't get the sense that she's going to simply disappear behind doors here.
No, she's not. She looked very much, Diane, like a woman who still wants to continue in politics. I asked if she's going to slow down, and both Todd and she said not likely. She will continue at her normal pace, and that debt is a burden for them, $500,000.
That's astonishing. Okay, Kate, thanks so much for going up next to the fish and getting the interview, and we'll be right back.